Hello, welcome to LDAP Technology. Today we are going to be installing Windows 10 version 1903 on my Hackintosh. Yes, I am ditching Apple, mostly because the operating system can be buggy, but also because I want to play a little bit of SimCity every now and then without having to do it via an app that you have to pay $20 extra for, even after you've already purchased the game. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. So pretty much, let's just go ahead and get into it. In order to actually do this, you need to go into your File Explorer, um, click the target drive you're going to be putting it on, and click the Format button. Then make sure you have it named whatever you want it to be. I've named my target. Click Start. This is going to erase everything that's currently on the drive. So if you do need to back that up, make sure you go ahead and back that copy of it up. And now we're going to be using a tool called Power ISO, so we're going to go ahead and open that up. Yes, it is a freeware-like thing, but it's not necessarily free. You do have to pay for it. So we're going to go to Tools, Create Bootable USB Drive. Click the OK button, then let the user account control thing do its stuff. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to open Power ISO back up again, click Continue and Register. Select your image file. I'm going to be using the Windows 10 version 1903 image file. You can get this off of pretty much you can get this off of Microsoft's website if you know what you're doing, and you can get the right tools for it. So at the moment, Power ISO is acting up a little bit. I think this is probably just because my laptop is being a little bit slow. So now I can actually go into our ISO folder, find that, click the Open key, and get that done. Okay, so as you can see, we have our USB drive selected automatically. Click the Start button, click OK. It's going to erase it a second time and put the proper naming in. Now it's going to actually begin writing the drive with the Windows ISO file. Now that remaining tab in the bottom corner that I was just pointing at, that is probably going to fluctuate very wildly. Very wildly. Progress bars are a joke, as I've said multiple times in my videos. I'm sure you've heard me say it on this channel before, that progress bars are a joke, and they tend to fluctuate very rapidly. So I'm just going to tell you what it did for me. It took me about 30 minutes to get this installer done. It may take an hour. It might take 10 minutes. It depends on how fast your USB drives are, how big the ISO file is, and how large your hard drive is. How fast it is, whether you have a solid state drive or a hard drive in it. And that is a lot of variables that have to be calculated, so this thing is going to fluctuate wildly. So it is time for me to go ahead and say, if you want this channel to continue producing quality content, please find the link in the description and support us on Patreon. That is greatly appreciated if you go ahead, find the link in the description, support us on Patreon, so that we can continue to make high quality videos for the public, so that people can get educated on how to properly install systems, install operating systems on their computers, so that they aren't going to be falling into the hands of corporate giants who want to sell them something. So that's basically it. I'm just going to go ahead and take a break. Let this installer finish. As you can see, I've got this thing going at really quick speed, so this is not real time. So I'm going to go ahead and take a break. I will see you when we are ready to restart. So as you can see, I've currently got the camera pointed right at the monitor, which I'm having to do recently because I don't have capture card software. If you want me to get capture card and software, support this channel on Patreon. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and start up the PC and rapidly press F12 so that we can boot into the multi-boot options menu. I'm going to rapidly press F12. Then I'm going to boot directly to the USB drive. Now, while I will not be taking Mac OS X off of this computer, I will be installing Windows on a separate drive all to itself. Similar to a dual boot, except they will not be on the same drive. I have 3 drives in here now. One 1TB SSD, one 1TB hard drive, and a 320 gig hard drive I'm going to be installing Windows on. So, there's our Windows installation screen. We can click Next, Install Now. Just going to say setup is starting. So, I don't have a product key. I'm not going to show you how to activate it, because if I have an option not input a product key, I don't want to give my info to anybody. So I'm going to click Windows 10 Pro, click Next. We're going to click I accept the license terms, click Next, click Custom, install Windows only. Now we're going to find the drive, believe it is probably drive 1. Yeah, I believe it is actually drive 1. So we're going to go in and we're going to delete the entire contents of drive 1. So, drive 1, partition 1. And we have drive 1, partition 1, the final bit. Drive 1, unallocated space. Click Next. And let's see if Windows wants to install. Because at this point in time, I have had a problem where it will physically not let you install Windows until you take all other drives out of the system. In case I will have to do that, yeah, then I'll have to film that as well. So let's see, does it want to give us an error code, or does it want to copy Windows files? My guess is give us an error code. Yep, see, that is actually the code that you will get if you have 3 or 4 drives put into the system at one time. So we're going to click OK, then we're just going to shut the computer down. I'll get back to you in a second once I've taken all the drives out of the system that I can. Okay, so I'm back now, and it seems that we were able to just remove the Hackintosh drive, that drive that we'd actually installed macOS on, and now Windows wants to work. So, I'm going to let it continue to work. I'll get back to you in a minute. So just take a break, enjoy some tea, coffee, whatever your drink of choice is, and sit here and let Windows install itself. Okay, so as you can see, we have officially gotten back to our first setup screen. So we are in the United States. Let's go ahead and select with that. We use the US keyboard standard, and no, I don't need a second keyboard layout. I can deal with QWERTY. I can deal with QWERTY and Dvorak another time. So I'm not connecting to the internet because personally I don't have time to download a bunch of updates all at once. So we're gonna go ahead and name this PC LDAP. I'm gonna call LDAP our password, all caps. So if you break into the house, then yeah, you know how to get into the Windows installation. So we're gonna go ahead and use first pet's name. We're just gonna call that cat. City where you were born. We're just gonna call it the name of the city I was born. I'm just gonna call it LDAP. And childhood nickname, we're just gonna go ahead and call that LDAP as well. So no activity history is a gimmick. Cortana's a massive gimmick. And I don't really have internet, so I don't think it's gonna be doing much in the way of telemetry. Hi. We're getting everything ready for you. Then it gives you that weird background that keeps changing colors. And just when you think it might be done, then it just goes all the way back up. I kind of think it's the Windows version of the DVD logo. So yeah, I'm gonna let you guys have fun with that. I'm gonna go take another break while this thing runs, because it's gonna take easily 5 seconds. So now that we are here on the desktop, I'm going to go ahead and get the AMD RX 580 graphics card drivers put in, just to kind of get this thing ready to go. So let me go ahead and find it. Oh, hate numlock. So we're going to go ahead and find it. Okay, why do they label all this crap weird? I don't know. Because then it's going to take it a year to find it. So now that since it doesn't want to find it, let's go ahead and do the old-fashioned search for. Well, since I can't find it, I guess I won't install it, so. Oh, wait. Yes, I have the weirdest desktop folder yet. The weirdest folder yet. Here it is. Radeon software. And it seems that it's not here. That's unfortunate because I was really looking forward to installing it. Here it is. Let's go ahead and exit out of that thing. Oh, Windows wants to be a B word, doesn't it? Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna click yes. Gonna go ahead and exit out of that Explorer. Let's click install. So it's gonna go ahead and extract these files as we get ready to install your graphics card drivers for the sound and the actual card on it. I think the next review I'm going to do is going to be an RX 580 budget comparison video. So this will be very useful in it when I get 3D Mark and certain gaming benchmarks to run on it, so that we can actually accurately compare this to the readings you would get from an NVIDIA 1060. Well, yes, they are last generation. They're still good budget options for people that actually need cards. That's why I'm using it. I'm using it as my main editing rig. And so far, I haven't had any trouble with it. I actually love the card to death. And I think a lot of people who actually buy it do. Plus, it's a whole lot less expensive and less rare, than a Radeon 7, which can cost you up nearly $1,000 just to get remotely. To just get a vanilla card, let alone if you want to get an ASUS card to overclock it. Now, while I do have an ASUS Strix RX 580 card, yeah, it's overclocked to what ASUS determines as overclock. So I'm not doing manual overclocking because I'm not breaking my main PC. But you can if you want to. You gotta know what you're doing. And I really don't. So we're installing the Radeon software. Now, this is the 2019 software. The 2020 software has proved to be a little bit buggy to me. I tried to run Forza Horizon 4 on it and the PC version, and literally it just kept lagging frame by frame by frame. Yet it was working perfectly. Butter smooth, 60 frames a second with this version of the software. So I'm going to see if that makes it all right. I'm also going to go ahead and say we got SimCity and stuff. We're going to go ahead and load all that on here. Show you what the gameplay looks like. Show you any little glitches and bugs that the RX 580 can pull off. And yeah, that's basically going to hopefully be like a 20-minute video. So that'll hopefully be coming out next week as we get ready for summer. We're also going to be doing our summer PC cleaning build. That's going to be fun. Also, make sure you go and click the link in the description for Patreon support, because this channel does need to grow. I'd just like to say we've gotten a number of views and subscribers just in the past 5 days alone. We have nearly octupled our view counts, which is good in terms of analytics. So I do want to thank you guys a lot for all of that. And trust me, your subscription is worth it. Okay, there we go. One little vocoded on you. So now it's going to run a bunch of its graphics processors. That's going to happen momentarily. Hopefully it's not going to be purple. And we are getting a little bit of purple. Okay, so it turns out it's not the monitor. The card's being buggy. It might be the cable. Let me check if the cable's weird. There we go. So it's officially been installed. So we're going to go and click close. We are going to have to restart the PC, but I'm not really going to worry about that. I do also want to encourage people. This Microsoft Edge right here, this is not the real Microsoft Edge anymore. The new Microsoft Edge is the new Edge, the Chrome-based Edge. I love it better than Chrome. That's just my take on it while we're sitting here in a Windows 10 environment. But yeah, go ahead and download it, give it a try. If you don't like Google, which I don't use any Google products. I use Bing as a main search engine. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate in the comments from that. But yeah, that is how to install Windows 10 on a Hackintosh, basically. It's just a typical PC. Simple as ever. It's a whole lot simpler than the Mac OS 10 installation. So, have fun. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. We will see you in the next video.